did.
Okay. It'll be okay for this.
Excellent flying.
Yeah, welcome guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys.
This was a possibility that the weather sucks, you know? It's just...
Well, this is the hard part. Like I said, it's pretty, there's a lot better chance of getting out of Nikolai than getting into here.
This is actually always when I realize we are here. Like the plane drops you and it's like, we are here. And like, you're not gonna walk out of here.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
Yeah. It's the best feeling in the world.
It's a big landscape. Man, God, it's a big landscape. Well, welcome to Roan, one of the most important spots and stops on the Iditarod Trail. Sign says it was established in 1938 over here. That might have been when they cut the airstrip in. Yeah, we got flown in here after 3 days of bad weather. Actually, they've been having bad weather for about a month, so this is the first time this has opened up in a long time. And we were able to fly in here to start our bison hunt. This is Barth Hamburg, a good friend of mine from Sitka. Barth stepped up and said, I want to go. Again, let's see, you were on this hunt in 4 years ago?
Yeah.
4 years ago, he flew in with another buddy of ours, Judd, and they landed with a Super Cub down the river probably 30 miles and were able to take a nice bison. And we're going to see if we can do that again. The plan is in the morning to get up and shoot a bison right here on the runway, call Regal Air to come back and pick it up, and then we're going to go on an enjoyable float down the river. That's the plan. Subject to change without notice. It's going to be fun. A little bit of different kind of adventure. It's going to take probably a little bit longer than the elk hunt did last year with Marcus that took an hour and 56 minutes. That was a fast elk hunt. We'll see if we can stretch this out a little bit further. And it looks like our second plane load, which has our raft and a little bit of our gear in it and stuff, is coming. So this is officially your last chance to get out of here alive. At least today. I'd just like to point that anybody want to bail, this is it, folks.
Handle my food for 14 days.
We'll walk down there. So hopefully we could just kind of go to these willow flats where they're feeding, check for sign, move down, check for sign, keep going until we start finding good sign. And then play the wind. Go find one of those things. Bring one home. Today was great though. It was great. We got here, got the raft put together, everybody got here safe. We found a good place for water. We just had a great dinner. It's not raining too bad. It looks like our weather is going to be fair to middling for the next few days. So that's the plan. Get up, have coffee, kill a bison. It might be that same plan for several days to come. We're about ready to test this raft in this current. So I don't know what we've got, but we've got a stiff current and a stiff breeze. I think we're going to go rapidly down the river in just mere moments. We'll know in a half hour how our skills are and how the raft handles. We're going to go down and try to get into some quiet water over here and get into that willow thicket over there and see if there's bison. We're in it. Said we got cow and calf tracks with knee marks where they were bedded right here. Not too recent, but more recent than anything else I've seen. So, banking on the fact that we absolutely know nothing about the habitat they prefer, we're going to go see if we can find a bunch of these little rivulets and channels that are super green and stalk down through those. And so we're going to move maybe 2.5 miles downstream, Lord willing, find a place to camp, get up to board and shoot a bison. It's the same plan every day. Boy, they've been here though. I mean, there's a lot of tracks. There's a lot of old poop, but there's no fresh poop. I actually haven't seen any fresh moose poop either. Let's see, I think we floated about 4 miles maybe, because we had a hard time getting off. That water is really, really high. And there's been a whole bunch of erosion and sweepers that come down that have completely changed what our original strategy was. We stopped at one place and looked and found some old bison sign. we moved to another place and managed to crash land on the beach, have a great place to camp. And we found some newer bison sign. Have one interesting part of this is Barth got a text on inReach that the people that he'd stayed with in Anchorage both tested positive, or probably both tested positive for COVID. And so we are wondering what's going to happen to Marcus and I out here, and how Barth is going to fare with COVID. COVID on the Kuskokwim. I guess it's really good because we're kind of isolated. We're not going to affect anybody else. That's for one thing, just for sure, for certain. Ready to go have fun?
Oh yeah, always.
I think I will remove my hunting Crocs for something a little more substantial. All of this stuff is super heavy browsed. Party morning. We've got to go find a bunch of that green stuff. That's going to be the key to getting this. Even in all that in there, where there's old sign, it's in those wet areas. Wet area grazer. Go back and see how Barth is. See if he's up for a boat ride. We're just spinning our wheels here. The plan for today is to go downstream. We have a dozen places we'd like to look at, but we might not look at any of them. The river is not in any way, shape, or form in the channel that the imagery that we have shows us. So it's all absolutely unknown, which I guess I kind of like that. So we don't know. We've got some really nice little habitat spots. If not, we're going to go to this end of that pyramid-shaped mountain down there and camp for 3 or 4 days probably. Supposed to be bison there. As many as stars in the sky. Screaming, "Take me, Jim Baichtal, take me!" That remains to be seen, though. We're kind of hoping that's what the deal is. I'll tell you when we're skinning how it worked out. There you go, Bart. From God.
Say again?
Hmm?
Say again?
Right there. We have bison tracks on the beach. We have about a 1.5 mile long delta that's vegetated with these little, so if we go back up to that bluff, there's 3 of those long rills that run all the way down through that damn thing. I think we ought to go look at it. Besides the fact, there's some of the prettiest ripple marks and sedimentary structures in the bottom of this stream. You could take pictures for hours. And right in front of those willows is a little vegetated flat that we could put our tents on. I think we ought to try this.
I'll just walk ahead and you hold on to it up front.
Well, I actually saw 4 semi-fresh tracks here. No poop yet. So there probably is something. This is huge. What is this? Maybe 1 mile by 2 mile, kind of a triangular shaped piece of old river delta that has abundant young cottonwood, willow, alder, and then these wet channels like we've been seeing up in here. So tomorrow, depending on the wind, we'll either circle to the north and come through it or circle to the south and go down through it. Go on a walkabout and see if we can find some fresh sign. We're going to have fun. We're going to find a bison if they will let us. My goal is to find a fresh pile of poop. Then I'll feel like I'm getting closer to the bison. That's about it. Signing off from the Post River, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. We're going to go see what's out here. We're going to see what kind of sign is here. We got a few more tracks back in here already, but the wind has shifted now and it's strong out of the south. So we're going to have to go around the edge of the river and come back into this. It's going to be an all-day trek. There's actually a couple high benches and some lakes back over here about 1.5 miles away. It's going to get to a point though, as we go around and we look at this habitat, that we're no longer going to want to actually shoot a bison, because we could end up like 2.5 miles from the river, and I'm not sure the wisdom of that. Although Marcus says he's feeling strong this morning. Strong like Arnold. We're gonna go for a walk, see what we find. Hopefully a pile of green poop. Oh my God. Barth is gonna relax a little bit more and recuperate this morning. We're gonna go for a walkabout. We're gonna have fun. Is this mic working?
It is.
Okay. And again, there's no leg bones. I don't think we're the first ones to find bison right here. First pile of green poop. Maybe a day. They're out in here feeding. And we can actually see. We can see like 100, 150 yards here. This is cool. My day's been made by a pile of poop. Come on, we gotta go find them. Much bigger. We've got is flat, so there's a small herd here for sure. I think we'll go over there and I'll have you climb up one of those spruce trees and tell me where they are and I'll go get them. Can you believe that trail coming up here? Crazy. That means they're feeding and bedding out on this stuff. There's tons of food here. This is not a place to kill a bison. I don't know about you, I don't want to back quarters over this crap.